Hi, I'm Kevin Eikenberry, and I'm here to help you reach your potential as a leader and a human being. Welcome to Remarkable TV and the Remarkable Leadership Podcast. If you happen to be watching on YouTube, I'm so glad you're here. Make sure you hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any future episodes. Episodes like this one, where I'm giving you 3 tips for communicating more effectively. Are you ready? Let's get started. 3 tips for communicating more effectively? Well, there's lots of lists of 3. I could give you 33. I could probably come up with 333 tips to communicate more effectively. But today's episode was inspired by a U.S. president. And I will get to that after I'm making sure that we're all clear on what effective communication actually is. Effective communication is message sent, message received, and message understood. It isn't just what we send, but how people receive it, and do we have mutual understanding of what was sent. When we have all 3 of those, message sent, received, and understood, we have effective communication. So now back to that U.S. president. Franklin Delano Roosevelt had this comment about speaking in public. He said, here are the 3 things you should do: be sincere, be brief, and be seated. And I love that. But since we don't always need to be seated, not all of the communication opportunities we have are in a public speaking type situation, I'm going to modify his advice, and hopefully he doesn't care or wouldn't have cared. Here they are. Be sincere, be clear, be brief. So let's talk those through one at a time. First, be sincere. If I want to communicate something to you, I need to have clear intentions. Hopefully it's an intention that is of value to you. I need to know why I'm saying something and how it will benefit you. Be sincere. Second, be clear. Know what your message is clearly. Practice it. Think it out. If you have more than 3 points, you might have too many. Be clear. And lastly, be brief. If you've got 3 points, stick to those 3 points. If you've got 2 points, just the 2 points. If I were going to tell you to metaphorically bring a tool with you to your communication, it would be bring a knife, not a bucket. Like, be brief. Be sincere, be clear, be brief. 3 tips for communicating more effectively. Let me close with today's tweet. Effective communication requires us to be sincere, be clear, and be brief. And when we are sincere and clear, it's easier to be brief. I hope you found this useful, and if you did, I'll bet you will enjoy our weekly newsletter we call Unleashing Your Remarkable Potential, which we've delivered for nearly 1,000 consecutive weeks, and we'd love to have you join us starting now for the next 1,000 each week, where we help you with ideas like what you saw in this video to become more effective and come closer to reaching your remarkable potential. You can learn about signing up for that right here, or go to kevineikenberry.com/newsletters. Hope you'll do that. And I hope you'll be back here next week for another episode of Remarkable TV and the Remarkable Leadership Podcast.